Hello fellow summoners, I am Glitter Valkyrie and welcome to the Christmas edition of Friends Showcase. In this series we check out some super creative builds from the friends list and then end it with a few free summons at the end. If you just want to see the summons, I will put a timestamp in the description. But if you want some great build ideas, stick around for some units who have been given lots and lots of gifts. First up today, we have a +10 Lute belonging to Icio. Lute is a pretty rare character and you somehow got her to +10, so you must be a big fan. Lute is a speedy powerhouse with 57 attack and 39 speed. Her defense is low at 20, but she's got a great res stat of 35. This works well with her preferred weapon that has a built-in ploy skill, and you've given her close counter and vantage, and this works so well. She'll likely sustain a fair amount of damage from a melee hit, but it will put her into vantage range, so she will get to attack first. You've given her even speed wave as well, taking her up to 45 speed on even numbered turns. Lastly, she's got Flashing Blade as her seal, which will speed up that cooldown trigger for Aether. And I just love what you've done here. Lute is a very memorable character from Sacred Stones, and you have done right by this prodigy. Thank you for sharing this awesome build. Next up, we have Makash with a +10 Ryoma. Back in the day, I remember seeing Ryomas everywhere. Now he's a bit rarer, but you've made him into one terrifying fully merged lobster. So this Ryoma is super speedy with 44 speed and hits like a truck with 56 attack. His defenses have been lowered due to life and death. However, he's got a great HP pool at 45, so he will be able to take a hit. And if he does take a hit, it'll put him into vantage range, so he'll be able to attack first. You've also given him the Heavy Blade seal, which will speed up the cooldown trigger for Aether, and if he's really in trouble or low on health, Aether is going to help him out. You've kept his native Raijinto, one of the coolest looking weapons in my opinion. You gave him Smite as an assist, and rounded out his kit with Drive Speed for his teammates. I find this build to be so clever and synergistic, and I appreciate all the time and effort you put into this majestic lobster lord. Thank you for sharing him. Next up, we've got a +10 Sigurd belonging to Laffy KR. Sigurd is like a Fire Emblem Disney prince, and he deserves all the expensive gifts you've given him. He is great with 0 merges, but at +10, my goodness. He's so well-rounded with 55 attack and 36 speed. If he's with some cavalry friends, he's going to have 61 attack and 42 speed, which is just insane. He is really bulky with 41 defense, and although his res is low, he's got that handy effect from the Divine Turfing that reduces magic damage, so he is going to be just fine. He's got Aether for scoring and self-heals and Distant Counter as his A skill, and he can be a deceptively good mage counter, and I love that you gave him Distant Counter. He has got Guard as his B skill and Quick Riposte as his seal. This Sigurd is going to be an enemy phase monster, but he's also going to do just fine on the player phase as well. You've invested quite a lot in him, and I am just so impressed. Beautiful build. Now we are going to look at a Gaius belonging to Zeldamon. You have merged him to +10 and have built him to be a super offensive player phase unit. He's actually got a great HP pool and unbelievable attack and speed at 50 with life and death. His defense and res are low, but he's not meant to take hits with this build. He's meant to be a ninja and make things disappear in the player phase. You've sacrificed a New Year's Takumi for Kagami Mochi, which is one of the most adorable weapons in my opinion. And when I peeked at your skill list, you also sacrificed Hoshiden Summer Alencia for her Cloud Myogi. He's got Desperation in the event that he's been hit, Flashing Blade as his seal, and Drive Speed for his teammates. You've given him a dual Rally and Aether, which is awesome for scoring, but you've also given him a couple ways to accelerate his cooldown trigger. I love what you've done here. I think a lot of people sleep on Gaius and don't realize how powerful he can be with investment. I know I had no idea. So thank you for sharing him. Next up, we've got K242 with a +10 Aira. Aira? I'm not entirely sure, but she is one of the most controversial and powerful units in the game's history, and we're going to see what she looks like at +10 today. You've built her as a dual phase unit, and I just love what you've done here. She's got fantastic attack of 53 with 47 speed, and you've given her the very expensive even speed wave, taking her up to 53 speed on even numbered turns. She's actually got decent mixed bulk with an impressive 35 defense and 25 res. You've capitalized on this with distant counter and distant defense, making her really dangerous to go up against on either phase. She's got Aether as her special and Wrath as her B skill, which will help with that cooldown trigger. This build is just a masterpiece, and I am sure she's been worth all the resources you've expended. Great work. Now we're going to look at a bride Cheetah, and I am so sorry that I am not able to read your name. I really need to learn a third language. Other than English, all I can do is speak French very poorly, but it's on a very long to-do list to learn a new language. One day. Anyway, feel free to comment with your name, and I am sorry that I can't give you the recognition you deserve. So your Cheetah has been given all the gifts. Seriously, you've redone almost her entire kit. Cheetah is a speedy res tank of a mage with really impressive stats at plus 10. Really nice attack of 48 with 43 speed and 34 res. You've replaced her Blessed Bouquet with Blar Serpent from the 5-star exclusive female Morgan and refined it for speed. Blar Serpent has a great effect. It provides some extra defense and res against ranged units, and she is going to laugh at any mages coming her way. You also killed Amia for Flashing Blade, very premium fodder, and you've given her Desperation as her B skill. She's got Attack Ploy as her seal, and she's got Drive Speed for her friends. You kept Iceberg as her special, which is perfect for her with that res stat. Also, kudos to you for getting 11 copies of this limited time unit. Cheetah is an awesome character, and I'm glad you've shown her all the love. Thanks for sharing her. Now we're going to look at a unit who always does her best. Ice Wolf has a beautiful plus 10 Nino, and I thought it would be a good idea to look at her because she is a merge project that's pretty reasonable in terms of resources, and she seriously puts in some work. It's never cheap to plus 10 any unit, but Nino is one where you get a lot of value for your resources. Of course, Ice Wolf gave her a very expensive gift for her C skill, but she is a great example of a launch unit who still holds her own to this day. Nino is a speedy nuke with 56 attack and 43 speed. Fury really helps in giving her some well-rounded stats. You've kept her innate Grand Blade, and it's still one of the best weapons in the game. Fury Desperation is just perfect for Nino, and with Odd Attack Wave, she'll hit 62 attack on odd-numbered turns. She's also got Attack Defense Bond as her seal, so if she is near an ally, watch out. Moonbow is a great quick cooldown special for a nuke like Nino, and you've kept her Drawback one of the best support skills for mages. Nino is such a great unit. I still get a sense of dread when I see her in arena, and you have made your Nino into a very formidable foe. Excellent work. Next up, we have Haru with one of my favorite ninjas, a plus 10 Kaze. When built properly, Kaze can be a really scary unit, and you have built him to be a player phase monster. He's got great attack of 49 with 40 speed. He's rather fragile, but has excellent resistance at 38. Mages should be terrified of him. You've kept his Barbed Shuriken, which is an awesome weapon that speeds up his cooldown trigger, and gave him Death Blow as his A skill. He's got Poison Strike as his B skill, and you kept his Attack Smoke C skill, which is a punishing debuff combined with his weapon. Iceberg is a perfect special for him with his res that high. And I don't see Kaze very often, which is such a shame because he is such a great unit from Fates and really deserves more love. Thank you for sharing this unbelievable Kaze. Now we are going to look at a plus 10 Setsuna belonging to Stranger. Setsuna is another character who isn't super common, but boy is she fearsome when built properly. She can do some serious work with a Brave Bow, and since she's fast enough to quad with 39 speed, and she'll actually have some decent damage output with 45 attack, she's going to be really scary. She's got the classic Fury Desperation combo, and you've given her Double Savage Blow for some splash damage as well. I get the feeling that this Setsuna can clear all sorts of maps with 3 dancers. It's neat to see this level of investment in a launch unit, and I just love what you've done with her. Great job. Now we are going to look at a few old friends. Exemplar, we are going to check out your plus 10 Mia. I have to say, every single one of your leads impresses me. From your +10 flying Hinoka to Air to Mathilda, you never disappoint. Many people, myself included, struggled to get a single copy of Mia, and somehow you got her to +10, so snaps to you. I can't imagine what you went through to do that. But she is worth all the investment and is just unbelievable fully merged. She's got really nice offenses with 44 attack and 41 speed, and a fantastic res stat of 32. You replaced her witchy wand with gravity and gave her the razzle dazzle like she truly deserves. She's got recover and heavenly light, great skills for healers, and you've given her double savage blow as well. Her mobility as a flyer, combined with the fact that she's going to gravity everyone and then deal all that splash damage, is a truly terrifying prospect. She's one of my favorite friend units to use in rival domains, and the sound that she makes when attacking is just hilarious. Thank you so much for sharing her and making rival domains a lot easier. I am always curious to see what you'll come up with next. Next, we have Amia with Berkut. So Berkut is often foddered for his lance, but you have kept all your copies and committed to building this prideful prince. Berkut is a powerful tanky lance cavalry unit with 51 HP in attack, and he's slow, but that's fine. You fixed that with quick riposte. He has got great mixed bulk, and you took that even further by giving him close defense as his A skill and odd res wave as his C skill. His lance also gives him more res in the enemy phase, so he has got some serious res tanking abilities. He's got a dual rally, bonfire as his special, and the attack defense bond skill as his seal. I love this build. It's a great reminder that Berkut is a friend, not just fodder, and you have made the most of his stat line. Thank you for sharing him with me. And last but certainly not least, we have Yoshi with a +10 Lewin. And I know you did this before Hero Fest, so kudos to you for getting him to +10 when he was released. Lewin is an incredibly powerful green infantry mage with fantastic offensive capabilities. With the power of life and death, he's got 60 attack and 49 speed. With odd attack wave, he'll have 66 attack, so he's going to be pretty scary. His preferred weapon, Forseti, gives him an extra follow-up attack if he's healthy and is such a powerful weapon. You wisely kept his special spiral and gave him the Flashing Blade seal to help him trigger Dragon Fang. Once he's triggered his special, it is all over for anyone left on the map. This Lewin is just amazing. He is capable of erasing entire maps, and I just love what you've done with him. Thank you for sharing him with me. Okay, so now that we've seen all those amazing builds, it's time to redeem a few free summons. We will start with the new power banners. To be perfectly honest, I don't want any of these focus units, but I could use some fodder and it's free, so why not? On this one, we'll pull blue, I guess, in the hope that Larshell will finally quit avoiding me. And of course, there are no blues, so I guess we'll pull that green and hope for a burst. And we get a Gunter. That's fine, I was running low on home cavalry. So we will most certainly back out of this banner. And we have new power part 2. I like Katria, but I am not a fan of S, so I don't know what to pull. Let's see what we have available. I guess we'll pull one of these blues. I'm a little bit afraid that I'm going to get a 5-star S today. Is it Est? It's Est, isn't it? Nope. It's a Florina, and that's just fine. So we will back out of this banner as well. And lastly, we have Winter's Envoy. Tharsha is the only one I don't have from this banner, so for the completionist in me, we might pull red if there is one. If not, I would love to pull a Winter Lissa. Oh, I guess we're pulling red. And it's not Tharja, it's corn. But that's just fine. So that will conclude our friend showcase today. Thank you to everyone who submitted requests. I am really sorry if I didn't get to your unit. I can only fit so many into a showcase, but everything I've seen has been super impressive. I recorded this a few days prior to the holidays since the holidays are super busy, so if you submitted a request after that point, I am sorry that I missed you. In terms of future content, I'm not sure if I'll be doing a legendary summoning session or not. It depends upon how much I like the new legendary and if Hector shares a color with something good, so we'll see. I did want to take a second to say that if you are celebrating the holiday, I hope that you have a very Merry Christmas. You guys are the best gift of all, and I appreciate you all so very much. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and happy holidays, my friends. Have a wonderful day.